the small scale assembly. So we're going to have to remove some of these parts. Let's go right click down here on Part Studio. Click Duplicate. It's going to create another Part Studio with those same files. We're going to do small scale assembly here. We'll just make it part of the back frame because we don't need them separate, and we'll do something else. Green check mark. Now let's go through and select everything again. So you can just left click on this, left click on each part. The top frame, that's going to be the name of this part when it goes back together. Right, left, we'll just make sure everything's selected here. Go back through what we did. There's our leg. The back we just created with the spacers. We don't want the bottom frame in that. We'll turn this back on and we'll click it as well. Let's see, are we missing anything? I think we got back frame. So let's go back and let's go right click on that and go boolean, green check mark. And let's see. Yeah, they're all together now with the spacers. We're going to rename this. Let's go rename part 1 top frame. So it kept whatever's the first in a list is what it's going to keep for the name. So that's why we have to rename it. This is going to be top frame. There we go. So these splits we can delete. Oops, undo some. I accidentally deleted the top frame. So let's go down here and let's just select all of these and go right click, delete. We don't need those. And then we got the top spar. And we want to combine that with the cover up here. Let's click on that with our top spar. And then we'll go down to part 51. We'll hit Control and click on that and then right click, boolean. That should be top spar. So now we're going to start working on the bottom frame. Left leg. We're going to select all of these. Right click, boolean, green check mark, and let's go up and see. All right, let's rename this part 3 bottom frame. So we're going to go in here and we're going to pull it in. We're going to go transform. Come up here, click on that, go transform X, Y, and Z. And let's bring that over so that it touches. There we go. Form X, Y, and Z and bring that one in just a little bit. Doesn't have to go that far. Frame, Control, and click part 39, part 40, the angled base connections, boolean. Green check mark, and that should combine those into the bottom frame. We're going to combine the left and right swing arm. So this is going to be our left. Go boolean. Green check mark. We're going to rename this left. Hit that. Green check mark. come back up here, we'll rename, and we'll probably come back down here and renumber too once we get all of these set, because I'm not sure what the number is going to be on these. So we've got the swing arms done. So we'll move over a little bit. We're going to left click on this. We're going to go transform. I didn't catch that the first time we did it. And we're going to go XYZ. We're going to have those touch. So we'll just move that over just a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. And now we'll take that spar cover up with the top spar. Control, hit boolean, green check mark. Let's go back down. Yeah, turn the whole. All right, so this is going to be rename part 3 top spar. So our bottom hoop, we may end up deleting these two, because I'm going to come back up here to top spar. I'm going to turn it off. We've got to go in here and set this so that it has a hollow part in it that will connect, and it doesn't really matter. Left click on sketch, left click here. We just need to center this up so it doesn't go through the tube. So we'll center that up here in just a second. This is going to be 0.63. This is not an actual part, so we don't have to be really detailed on it, meaning it doesn't have to be perfectly centered. We just don't want it to cut through the tube as it starts to bend. And I think we'll be fine there. Let's go green check mark. Let's go extrude. Solid remove. Select that sketch we just created. Goes back in there. We could do 0.75 because I think that's what we did for the other part, and then that should allow it to go in far enough. Doesn't go through the tube anywhere, so we're good there. So now let's go to this other end. We're going to turn off our other hoop segments. No, we need to keep that one on. Right spar needs to go off. And we'll come in here. We'll go left click sketch, left click there. Did it select it? No, it did not. I didn't select the sketch. Left click sketch, left click here, left click center point circle, come in, center that up. I want that to be 0.63. 0.63. And we can resize these later on if they end up not being exactly what we want. But I think they were fitting pretty good when I did the other small scale. So we want it to be closer to the lower end, because if we have it too close here, it'll go through the bend. Green check mark, extrude, sketch 72, it should be remove, solid remove. Want it to be 0.75. Green check mark. Let's look, see right here. See how that goes through? So to prevent that, we're going to come back over here. We're going to lower this right there. And that should prevent it from going through. All right, good. So there's our top hoop segment. I'm going to turn everything back on. This is our top hoop. Now you're going to see things that you haven't done yet. You'll do on the next video. But keep that at 0.63. I tested out 0.625 and it will fit, but it doesn't fit as good. So it's a little too tight. You have to really work on it. Now, one thing that I did This is our new top hoop segment. You'll notice this is way thicker than what you currently have. I went in and did another revolve. I just left the existing top hoop there for reference. I did another revolve, so you'll see revolve 2 down here in just a second. And I sliced it and split it. But instead of being an inch in diameter, I went 1.25 inches. Let me go back to that. So this was our split. You notice I made this big long line, so that was going to be the revolve axis. I did 1.25, and then I did a revolve 2. And so it was solid new faces of sketch 78, what I just showed you. The revolve axis was that line, and then we used that circle, that 1.25 inches, and it created a larger hoop that we then segmented the same way that we did before by doing splits. So I just went around, did split 11, and you get the idea. We've done this before. I did a split there, did another split here. That gave me a new top hoop segment. And what you're seeing here, this is going to be for the netting activity, so ignore it for right now. But the reason I left the existing top hoop there is because I had already had these attached when I decided to make this thicker after I 3D printed it. It worked, but I found it wasn't thick enough. And this will be more robust. I won't have to worry about these breaking. That bottom hoop segment doesn't need these netting connections because we're not doing the pattern recognition and using those to set up, because we don't have any netting on the bottom portion, because I'm going to add something in where I won't need the netting. Just remember, we have small scale where we're making all these changes. We are not making those changes to the large scale because we want to be able to just export these out as is, as we CNC and 3D print the larger material. So these will be 3D printed, those spar covers, these connections at the end that connect the hoops, those will be 3D printed. Everything else will be CNC'd. Some of this will have to be welded, like these lateral supports. So we don't want to make any changes here. These ones with the splits will be the ones that we CNC for the full scale functional prototype. So don't make any changes in that part studio. Make sure all the changes that we're making right now are in this small scale part studio. This is only for 3D printing to test everything before we go to large scale production. We're going to find this one. We're going to delete it. We're going to click on this. We're going to mirror that. We want it to be a new part. Right. Mirror. We want it to be the right plane, green check mark, and then there it is. It's mirrored on the other side, and it'll have those holes in it. And this is going to be our top hoop segment left. Let's turn everything off except for our bottom hoop segment. We're going to repeat that process up here. Zoom in. Go left click sketch, left click there on the center of that part. Come over, create your circle. Should be 0.63. Oh, hit escape. Turn off the dimension tool. Let's delete this. Let's create that as 0.63. Green check mark. I think we might be low enough. Let's hit extrude. Sketch 73. We want it to be remove at 0.75 inches. And then green check mark. Yeah, we're good there. And let's go around here and do the same thing on this end. Left click sketch, left click on that part, left click on center point circle, hover over the center, drag that out. Left click on the center point circle to close it out. Let's bring this closer to the bottom. Green check mark, extrude. Select sketch 74, solid, remove. 0.75. Green check mark. Look at that huge segment that it took out. So we're going to move it down some more. It's just because that's at a different angle. Left click center point circle. Let's bring that in. Fairly even on this one. Let's go right click, 0.63, check mark, green check mark on there. We've got our circle. All right, so we're going to face it. We're going to go plane. We're going to select here on the surface. We want line angle, so it should be perpendicular, I believe. Green check mark. Let's zoom in. Yes, so it created a plane that was perpendicular to what we selected. Now we're going to go left click sketch, left click on that plane, left click on this line tool. Let's find the center of that. And I'm going to bring it up here. And right about there. I want to keep it in the center. Let's hit escape. I'm going to go select those two with the fillet tool. I just want it to curve. Left click again. Green check mark. And all I did was I just took the bend, that hard right angle, well, that hard angle that was in there, I just kind of smoothed it out with the sketch fillet tool. Green check mark. Let's go sweep. So go back and select sketch 74, and then swept path will be sketch 75. We want it to be remove. And that went back just a little bit more than 0.75. It's probably more like 0.8, but that's okay, that'll work. Don't mind it going a little bit deeper as long as we don't have any breaks in the tubing. And then we're gonna come back up here, go to top view. Let's go back to front view. Let's turn everything back on. So green check mark. We've got 10 parts now. And we're gonna come down to what we just changed. So let's left click on that. There's our bottom hoop segment. And let's go to mirror. Come back over here to isometric view. Select your mirror plane. Green check mark. I did not do that. Let's try it again. I didn't select the plane, I guess. There we go. Green check mark. There should be a new part. Good. So now we just duplicated that. So let's rename that. Bottom hoop segment. Left click on this so we can find where it's at. So it's over here in the parts list. Right click, go to edit appearance, and you could change the color if you want to. So it looks closer to what a paramotor would look like. But you don't have to do that.